here you have it. Completely functional toolbox made out of free wood that was pulled out of a pallet pile, made with tools that I spent minimal amounts of money on. They're old used tools, 25 bucks into this thing. All made with those tools. Nothing fancy about this. There's no fancy power tools involved. There's no tricks. I just actually made this toolbox with these tools. And now, it's going up for auction on eBay. Look below for info where to find the link for that. And all the proceeds from the auction will go to benefit the Fresh Air Fund. I'm a supporter of the Fresh Air Fund. It's been around probably longer than these tools. Great program. Go check them out if you've never heard of them. And please feel free to bid. I would love to see someone take this toolbox and use it to make things. Could I have made a better toolbox? Well, yeah, I have. Could I have made it prettier and nicer and more refined? I could have done all those things. I could have even, from the start, I would have started with a better type of wood than cedar. The idea is that I made this toolbox for free, with stuff I got for free, without all those fancy tools, without power saws and belt sanders, without routing the edges, without all this stuff. Just like anybody can do. There's nothing that complicated about this, and the exciting thing is to just go out and try and do it. This toolbox is perfect the way it is because it is the way it is, and I hope you love it. Thank you very much. And one of these mistakes that beginning woodworkers make all the time when they're measuring stuff and learning how to do this stuff is they forget to take into account the thickness of the wood that they're using. This stuff is about 3/4 of an inch thick. Yeah, let's see if I can show you while holding a phone. See, it's 3/4 of an inch thick. So when I'm sort of laying it out and figuring out all my measurements, the first thing I did was I wanted to make the box big enough to hold the biggest tools that we had here, the saw and that clamp, the only two tools I've used so far, except for the tape measure. I wanted to make the box big enough to hold those, but not too big, you know. And now I'm sort of making this box, I need to fit this piece inside. So I can't just measure the width and cut it to be 15.5 inches, I have to cut it to fit in between. So if you take away 3/4 of an inch and 3/4 of an inch, that equals 14 inches. So that's going to go in there. You can't just break all wood like that, but this is cedar. It's pretty lightweight, and just the straight grain of it made it pretty easy to snap, especially since it's old and dry. Here's something kind of fun. I'd never actually used these old square nails before. As nails, at least. I'd use them like sort of decoratively, but I never built something with them. My instincts told me to put them in against the grain. I thought they would grab better, so the flat part went against the grain, and obviously that's wrong. That's what happens when you go against the grain, but if you go with the grain, even at the end here where wood tends to splinter, yeah, you get these nice seals. So I was walking by this dumpster at a construction site one day, and I found all this stuff. It's like the straps that they would use to strap the lumber together before they go and take the lumber to the site. So I took it all because I thought it would come in handy someday. Today might be the day. Ta-da!